back to the show. Now, if the Met Department's guess is right, then we might well see some light showers. A deep depression over the east central Bay of Bengal has now intensified into a cyclonic storm called Giri. It lays centered and is likely to have an impact on the east coast. It would move northwards initially and then north-northeastwards and cross North Myanmar and adjoining Bangladesh coasts by tomorrow. But Chennaiites can breathe easy as the Met officials expect only mild showers to caress the city over the next few hours. Now, in some more news from the state, in a big relief for Election Commission and the DMK government, the first bench of the Madras High Court today cleared a legal hurdle for the conduct of Legislative Council elections. Though the response for enumeration of graduates and teachers for the Legislative Council elections is very poor, the court upheld the Election Commission's decision on enumeration by notification. The public interest litigation seeking door-to-door enumeration of graduates has been dismissed by the court. The court has said that the Commission has followed the prescribed rule and the petitioner is at liberty to seek an amendment before the appropriate forum. The DMK regime's attempts to revive the Legislative Council, which was abolished by late Chief Minister MGR in 1986, ran into legal hurdles after a series of petitions were filed against the hurried process. The dismissal of the petition by Sathela Ramakrishnan may serve as a deterrent against further litigations in the issue.
Therefore, the court has now said that they can't change the rule, and it is not the case of the petitioner that the Election Commission is adopting a rule which is not permitted. Therefore, since they are strictly going according to the rules, the court said we can't interfere. If the petitioner wants to change the mode, it is for them to approach the appropriate authorities.
The response is very, very poor. For example, even in today's papers, they say that in Madras, there are only 468 graduates who have enrolled as voters. We wanted this Honorable Court to interfere and direct the Election Commission to adopt some other mode which will be more viable, so that awareness is created among graduates and this Election Commission goes and does door-to-door enrollment for graduate voters.
Now, imagine being a detective 24/7, investigating case after case, searching for explosives and murderers day and night, and at the end of the day get paid only 54 rupees. Not enough to even have 3 satisfactory meals a day. Well, that's the story of sniffer dogs securing the city, and unfortunately, they cannot even voice their woes. Their salaries have not gone up in the last 8 years. Salim has this special story for us.
It's 7:30 in the morning, rehearsal time for the canines at the Government Museum in Egmore ahead of the All India Police Duty Meet in Rajasthan in February. The last year, one of Chennai Police's Doberman won a silver medal when tracking at the meet. This year, its masters want to ensure their dogs sniff out a bigger medal haul. So every morning as early as 5 a.m, the grinding explosives training session begins. And this is only besides the routine duties.
Tracking dogs will give the clue regarding which direction the accused went out of the SOC. Then suppose he thrown out the materials like knives and other things in a distance. Definitely our dogs will follow the track and catch the implements and other vital clues regarding this case. This will give the basic inputs to the investigating officer how to proceed in this case.
But what does the dog get at the end of the day? 54 rupees as per the government order issued in 2002. According to the menu recommended, each dog should be fed 1 liter of milk, some vegetables, half a kilogram of meat with slices of bread. But the dog's salary has been inversely proportional to rising inflation. The irony, half a kilogram of meat itself today costs twice the daily allowance of the dog. The Chennai Dog Squad comprises 21 canines, of which 14 for conducting anti-sabotage checks at vital installations and detecting explosives, 6 for tracking the movements of criminals and 1 exclusively for detecting contrabands. This besides assisting cops in VVIP bandobast. The 30 policemen who are exclusively meant to train the Chennai Dog Squad unit pray their loved ones soon get a salary hike. In Chennai, Salim for NDTV Hindu.
Now, in some national news, an encounter that raged on between security forces and 3 Jaish-e-Mohammed militants on the outskirts of Srinagar city has finally ended. 2 suspected Jaish-e-Mohammed militants have been killed. Search operations are also being conducted. Earlier, police and troops of 2 Rashtriya Rifles cordoned off the area early this morning after getting a tip-off about the presence of at least 3 militants in one of the houses in the area. The militants opened fire on the security forces when they were zeroing in on the target house belonging to a property dealer, Abdul Rashid Bhatt. The troops retaliated, following which a gun battle ensued. Moving on to Bihar now, voting has ended for 47 of the 243 assembly seats in Bihar in the first phase. Elaborate security measures were in place. Helicopters patrolled polling areas. 85% of booths were being manned by central paramilitary forces and armed police forces from other states. The ruling JDU is contesting 26 seats, the BJP is contesting 21, while Congress and BSP are contesting all of the 47 seats. In some news from the business world now, Coal India has beaten the Indian markets. As per the latest data, the mother of all IPOs, Coal India, has been subscribed 13.5 times over. FIIs have channeled in over 1.2 lakh crores for this single IPO. This is greater than even the total FII inflow over the markets so far this year. Interestingly, this also happens to be a year when record FIIs inflows have been recorded to the tune of 1.08 lakh crores. What this means is that this single IPO within the span of few days has drawn more money than the whole of the Indian market throughout this year. This year, the fund inflow has crossed the 1 trillion rupee mark for the first time. This record inflow has impacted currency valuations, with the rupee climbing against the dollar. Now, after IPL drama involving Rajasthan Royals, all eyes are on Kochi's prospects. What's in store for Team Kochi? We'll find out on the other side.